Yes, ma'am. Let us start now. You see, ladies only, that what are these actions? These are what are called a tantrums. Generally, what we say is कि when a child wants to say something, express his needs, feelings by toddlers, adolescents, teenagers, and even adults also. But they don't know how to put it in front of you or anybody else. So they go for tantrums. Just like a small child wants a chocolate. आपने देखा होगा. He will start crying, shouting, lying down in the floor, and these are all called tantrums. Sometimes banging his hands or even head also. That is in frustration out of no heeding to their words or ideas, they put forward these tantrums. But the thing is that कि if we listen to them, कि ये इस तरीके से ना behave करे in future, we agree to their demands. But that will spoil more because in adulthood, these type of kids, those who are using tantrums to express their feelings now, they will be more rogu in future. So that's why it is most important as to what should be done. Tantrums can involve spectacular explosions of anger, frustration, disorganized behavior. मैंने अभी आपको बताया shouting, screaming, stiffening limbs, arc back, kicking, falling down on the floor, throwing the things around just for nothing, to just express their demand and to pressurize the parents as well as whatsoever who is grandparents, whosoever is in charge, they try to they try to pressurize by doing all this. And in some cases where there is this becomes serious, then they hold their breath. They start vomiting. They hurt themselves for the other people, and which is dangerous. So what should be done in this case? They are common in children aged 1 to 3 years. There will not be any photographs, so let us not bother about that. Now, this is because young children are still at the early stage of social, emotional, and language development. A small kid of 1 to 3 years, he doesn't have the words, but he has got full sentences or ideas in the brain. And that is why what happens is that they start expressing their ideas or their demands in such a language which they think is appropriate and they think will be that way they will be able to uh, communicate. Now they can't always communicate their needs. This is what I told you just now. So the tantrums are one of the ways that young children express and manage their feelings and try to understand or change what is going on around them. Now, why this thing happens? Older children, because when they were young, from 1 to 3 years, they were not controlled, they were not taught the safe way to express their feelings. And for both toddlers and older students or children, there are triggers. that can make tantrums more likely to happen. अभी एक देखिए ना, वहां जाते हैं, बिग मॉल में जाते हैं, एंड ओवर देयर व्हाट दे डू इज, आपको कोई सामान चाहिए होगा, फाइन, आपने तो शॉपिंग करना ही है, बट ही विल कम टू यू कि मम्मी, मम्मा, आई वांट दिस, आई वांट दैट, आई वांट चॉकलेट, आई वांट टॉफी, आई वांट this teddy bear or something, this and that. And that is why when you don't listen to them, then tantrums are more likely to happen. And these tantrums or temperaments generally influence how quickly and strongly children react to things like frustrating events, changes in their environment. Children who are more sensitive might react to more easily to be more easily and faster to these things. Stress, number one. Hunger, number two. Thakan, tiredness, overstimulation. That can make it hard for the children to express them and manage the feelings and stay calm. That makes it difficult for them to express. Now, why tantrums? What are, first is situational triggers. For example, if an older child takes his toy, the younger one may cause trouble because he can't cope with that particular thing or event that his young elder brother or sister has taken away this thing, his toy or his favorite thing. Now, second thing is self strong emotions, worry, fear, shame, anger. It can be overwhelming for the kids or the children, and that is why they resort to tantrums. Self regulation is the ability to understand and manage feelings, and which generally lacks in the child when up to when he reaches the age of 10 years, double digit age. So they start developing it from around 12 months. जब बच्चा 12 महीने का हो जाता है, वहां से वो he learns how to create tantrums, how to resort to these tantrums. But he may will be, they will, this is in nature. As they grow older, they will be able to regulate reactions and calm down when something upsetting happens. So, as a result, they will show fewer, lesser tantrums, not very much, but they are still there. Now, what exactly is required here? Help. And who will help them? Basically, this whole series is for the purpose of training you people or the parents who have got smaller kids to train themselves first and then train their kids in this way. So you can do this help from birth by using words to label feelings like happy, sad, tired, crossed, hungry. जैसे बच्चा ही होता है, जब वो शुरू शुरू के 6-7 महीने, 8 महीने, 12 महीने तक, इवन he won't be able to express that he is hungry, but he starts crying. So what mother does, she will take the child in her lap and start shaking the leg, thumping on the chest. अगर उससे नहीं होता है, then she starts feeding or through a bottle. Now identify these tantrum triggers. ये triggers क्या है? Tiredness, hunger, worries, fear, overstimulation भी होता है. उसको दिया आपने मेरे को भी दो. So you might be able to plan these situations and avoid the triggers by going shopping after your child has had a nap or something to eat, so that he is neither feeling hungry and not feeling tired. दोनों चीजें. Then you take him to the further shopping with you. Encourage them to in time in how your child feels when you hold handles your child handles a different situation without a tantrum. For example, I just saw you build that tower again without getting upset when it fell. And that is great. कैसा लग रहा है आपको? How are you feeling? अच्छा लग रहा है? Very good. Try it again. Try it again. Keep motivating the child for positive action. उसको शाबाशी दीजिए कि at least you tried once. It fell down, hardly makes a difference. But at least you tried. And throughout life you have to do this. पूरी जिंदगी तो यही करना होता है. Trial and error. If you fail, then you get experience. And if you pass, then you succeed. Next is how to make tantrums less likely. Talk about after a tantrum. जब भी बच्चे ने कुछ कर दिया, शो कर दिया आपको tantrum, then you talk about the emotion after that is done, after the child is calm. Did you throw the toy because you were cross that it was not working? What else you could have done? So that way you give the options. Model positive reactions. देखिए इन पांचों वेबिनार्स में एक चीज आपको खास दिखाई देगी कि whatsoever amount of sermon you keep on, that will not affect your child under no circumstances, but they will model you. Whatsoever the way you act, they will follow that particular way of reacting to a particular situation. If I take some deep breath, it will help me stay calm. So start teaching those positive reactions to your kid when they are small. 3 साल का बच्चा, सांस लो, रोको, डीप ब्रीदिंग और छोड़ दो. You start practicing such things. When the young children are learning to speak, have tantrums because they are frustrated. They are frustrated. So teaching your child some key word signs for words like angry. You can show them like kaise. You can show angry. If they are happy, you can show some gestures. ऐसे करो, smile, open your mouth, show your teeth, and put your fingers like this. So they start using these gestures to express their feelings or their demands. Next is टॉक अबाउट देयर अच्छा अटेंशन सीकिंग टेंट्रम्स, ये मैं करूंगा नेक्स्ट टाइम में. व्हाट डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ टेंट्रम्स आर देयर. नंबर वन इज अटेंशन सीकिंग टेंट्रम्स. आप अपनी सहेली से बात कर रहे हैं, अपनी ब्रदर से, सिस्टर से, मदर से, पेरेंट से बात कर रहे हैं, एंड द चाइल्ड फील्स नेग्लेक्टेड. So what they will do? They will start shouting. They will start tugging your salwar sameez or whatsoever it is. They are. They start tugging. Mommy, mama, 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 mama. You don't get irritated at that particular time. You don't have to get irritated. But बेटा, मम्मा नानी से बात कर रही है ना, जस्ट 1 मिनट. फिर नानी को आप चुप कर दीजिए. अगर बच्चा अभी भी नहीं मानता है तो क्या करेंगे? नहीं तो देयर इज नो अदर वे. यस अंजलि जी. That's right. You are very much right. They will understand. They will not understand then and there only, but they will understand. In due course of time, they will understand. They generally understand. And then, as parent, one should be mindful of how much time you spend with your child. जो आजकल की डेट में मैं देखता हूँ, young children, adults, young adults, even you complain कि they don't sit with the parents. They are always busy with their mobile. But then, who is responsible for that? मैंने तो एक लाइव एग्जांपल देखा. पिछली वेबिनार में मैंने बोला था, किसी ने पूछा ऐसे कि हाउ कैन यू रिमूव दिस हैबिट ऑफ यूजिंग मोबाइल फ्रॉम योर चाइल्ड्स लाइफ. So what a parent suggested is कि what he did is he gave the mobile to the child and both of them he said go. We were reading, we were not reading, the child. But we start on the we will open the mobile when they feel they are not giving proper attention. They are not given proper attention. Next, frustration और fatigue. ये मैंने अभी आपको बताया. Exhausted, and he cannot show it given to them. Then resort to tantrums. Then refusal tantrums. Like again, and this because so ऐसा नहीं करते, ऐसा नहीं करते, don't do this. अगर आप रिपीटेडली उसको उसी समय करते रहेंगे no, then the child will be adamant. So go easy on them. Let them skip a vegetable for some time. अब आप देखें कि बच्चा दूध नहीं पीता जनरली, तो बोलिए how many become stronger as your father is strong, as your father is around this should not be accepted. Other thing which you have got. Another one is destructive tantrum, which is very much dangerous. Often, this occurs in public place where the child sees that he is being observed by others also, those who can support. Generally, check on relatives, close relatives, your mother, your father, your siblings, मौसी मौसा मामा. आपने कुछ बोला बच्चे को एंड इमीडिएटली दे जस्ट जंप इन. अरे नहीं ऐसे नहीं कहते, ऐसे नहीं करते. सो यू बेटर अवॉइड सच थिंग्स और telling your child to behave properly in isolation, not in presence of your relatives. From early on, teach them that yelling and crying will not give them the attention they need. तुम कितना चिल्लाओ, कितना रो, you will not get the attention which you require. Then self-damaging. This is the most dangerous one. They start kicking to throwing things, shouting, self-damaging. दीवार में हाथ मार देंगे, सिर मार देंगे दीवार में. So don't react then and then. Hold them in your hand and do not let go unless they calm down or melt down. Do not talk, just let silence prevail. उसको अपने लैप में ले लीजिए, अपने पास बिठा लीजिए, अपने सीने से लगा लीजिए एंड लेट हिम क्राई, शाउट, और उसके सिर पे हाथ फेरना, पीछे हाथ पीठ में टैप करना. देखिए आप कितना फर्क पड़ता है इसका. नेक्स्ट इज हाउ टू हैंडल. फर्स्ट इज कि हमारी रिस्पॉन्स क्या होनी चाहिए. whenever a child is showing any tantrum, any kind of tantrum, just be calm, be peaceful, be humble, have patience. करने दीजिए उसको थोड़ी देर. Don't pay any attention. And then what you do is timing works well. That is, उसके पास रहिए, close, offer comfort, and reassure child or children that you understand their feelings. Distract, distract, distract. मामा आइसक्रीम चाहिए, अभी चाहिए. अभी देखो ये फ्रेंड मेरी बेटी है, नानी बेटी है, मौसी बेटी है, हम बात कर लें, जब चलेंगे थोड़ी देर में बाजार, आई विल गेट इट टू यू. So let him also try your limitations. The 5 steps are identify the emotion. सबसे पहले तो कायदे में होना चाहिए trigger for that emotion. What is the emotion what the child is feeling? Identify the emotion, name it, pause, support, and then when they calm down, then it address the issue. बात करिए बच्चों से, छोटा हो बड़ा हो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, करिए बात. And when you are talking to them, talk slowly. Take them to a safe place, safe space, in isolation, alone. Speak slowly and in a low voice. देखिए बच्चे के ऊपर क्या, बड़ों के ऊपर भी चिल्लाने का कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. आप कितना ही चिल्लाएं, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. And that is why the best thing is to calm down and let them also, let the child also calm down. Touch or hold if they want you to, or give them more physical space. But don't try to reason with your child then and there. उसी समय उसके साथ reasoning मत करिए. Be consistent about not giving into demands. Consistent. This means paradoxical instruction. क्या होता है कि your child permission to scream and shout Give them permission. Scream, shout as much as you can. When they get tired and they really want to step, if you can yell louder, if you want to, you just tell them, बेटा और जोर से चिल्लाना है. But it is a big park, and if we are not bothering anyone, then you shout. When they are calmed down, then comfort your child. Then manage your own feelings. मैंने अभी बताया था. Stay calm, stay quiet, model your calm behavior. देखो जब आप चिल्ला रहे थे, I was not reacting to you anyway. Did I? No. Did I react? No. Then why did you do? Why did you do? बोलो. है कोई उसका आंसर ही नहीं होगा, किसी के पास भी नहीं होता है. Then concentrate on your plan. Putting your plan into action when the tension happens. Next, आपने वो देखी होगी सारे जमीन पर. The child was ADHD. He was creative, but in some other sense. And whenever he shouted or did not do anything expectations of the teachers or the parent, his father used to slap him. Then and there only. But this is not the proper action. Proper action was taken by Amir Khan as a teacher. Except that you cannot control them then and there. Their emotions also or behavior also directly. बट प्लानिंग तो आपके पास इनडायरेक्ट होनी ही चाहिए. क्या करें? थिंक अबाउट, थिंक, प्लान एंड देन टेक एक्शन. एक्सेप्ट दैट इट टेक्स टाइम फॉर द चेंज टू हैपन. आप किसी बड़े बच्चे को बोलिए ना, बेटा खाना खाने से पहले हाथ धोने चाहिए. आप समझते हैं कि एक बार में आप बोले, आपने बोला कुछ और वो समझ गया, वो मान गया? नहीं होगा ऐसा. टॉयलेट जाओ, हैंड वॉश करो. खाना खाने से पहले हैंड वॉश करो. Try doing this whenever you see and try watching them. They may revert back. क्या मम्मा आप मेरे को ही देखते रहते हो? हाँ, yes, you are my only child. I have to take care of your future. So I have to be very much careful about your future. And that is why I am saying, I am watching you. जब उसको ये पता चल जाएगा कि everybody, my father, my mother, both are watching me, trying to put me on the right track. But at that point, keep your sense of humor, but don't laugh. क्योंकि अगर आपने इसको laugh out कर दिया, the child may think that he is being rewarded for this, and that is why he will again either upset your child or boost up his moral to repeat the same action again. If other people give you dirty, ignore them. Next, very much to create a tantrum free environment. कोई भी घर इस यूनिवर्स में नहीं होगा जहां ऐसे टेंट्रम्स नहीं होते होंगे. So how you can help your child to reduce the frequency and severity? First one is give choice. ठीक है बेटा, आपको आज आइसक्रीम नहीं मिलेगी, बट आइसक्रीम के लिए चॉकलेट चलेगी. चॉकलेट की जगह टॉफी चलेगी, मफिन्स चलेंगे. Yes, he will agree to one or the two. So then they can choose between two outfits or two snacks or something like this. We being able to choose help your Child feel in control and confident. Oh, I am being given choices. I can choose between ice cream and a chocolate. Mama, I will go for ice cream. You see for yourself the change. But again, I am telling you, have patience. Don't expect the things to happen overnight. Next is prepare for transition. ट्रांजिशन होता है कि tantrums से you transform your child's behavior from creating tantrums to conveying his ideas or his requirements, his needs peacefully. That is transition. A bigger transition means more preparation. For example, a new sibling is coming and you are moving, allowing plenty of time to prepare your child. So you have to do that. But keep in mind always to feed him with such sentences. बेटा आपका छोटा भाई आएगा, छोटी बहन आएगी, कैसे रखोगे, प्यार से रखोगे, झगड़ा तो नहीं करोगे. Some things so that he is also well prepared to welcome the new coming. Then उसका food habits और sleeping pattern ये जरूर चेक करिए. By 9 o'clock you must be in the bed. By 6 o'clock you must be out of the bed. As soon as you get out of the bed, go to the toilet first. Brush your teeth, comb your hair, come back to your bedroom, prepare your bed, organize your school bag, have a shower or a bath, dress up yourself. छोटा बच्चा होगा तो आपको करना पड़ेगा. But when you keep repeating this process on daily basis, so he will also make it, create, means build up such habit in this habit in such a way that मामा ये करती थी मेरे साथ, तो मेरे को एक रूटीन पता चल जाएगा कि पूरे दिन में मेरे को क्या करना है, what I have to do, when I have to do, what is the sequence of doing the things. And lack of proper nutrition and sleep, they may cause tantrum. Next is other ways. Use an upbeat tone when asking your child to do something. Make it sound like an invitation, not an order. For example, you put your mittens and hat on. We will be able to go to your playgroup. Do not battle over trivial and unimportant things like which shoes your child wears or whether they sit in the high chair or boosted seat. And but every time, every time you have to take care of their safety. Hot iron ko, hot stove ko, they don't have to touch. Keep the car seat buckled. Not playing on the street, but in a playground. Other ways to prevent is praising the good behavior. मैंने पहले भी बोला था आपको. Understand their needs. जैसे छोटे बच्चे की मम्मी एकदम से समझ जाती है जब वो रोता है. And while tapping, they are not consoled to stop. Then you start feeding them with the milk or juice or something like child food. But as they grow older, give them some space. Allow them to vent out their anger in non-destructive way. This way, they are able to get feelings out, pull themselves together, and regain self-control. Next is when to worry. हमें चिंता कब करनी है? Extreme meltdown may indicate more serious underlying issues. Sometimes the child may go silent when his tantrum is not addressed to, his need is not required, his need is not heeded to. Then professional help भी जरूरत पड़ सकती है आपको. But when When five it occurs, the same tantrum occurs 5 to 10 times per day and often last longer than 10 minutes, or they include aggression, destruction. By the time your child is weak in kindergarten, tantrum should happen no more than once a week. एक हफ्ते में हो गया, एक वीक में हो गया. But when it occurs more than that, then you must address or go to your pediatrician or psychologist as suggested by your family doctor. Psychological मैंने अभी आपको बताया. Symptoms of inward directed disorders, anxiety, depression, quietness, they all are this. And sometimes the psychologist may diagnose him or her with ADHD. आपकी क्लास में कुछ बच्चे ऐसे होंगे जो ADHD से सफर करते हैं and they are very much problematic in the class, not letting it go through properly. So it is ADHD is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. जो आप बोल रहे हैं उसकी तरफ ध्यान कम है बट हाइपर एक्टिव है. किसी का कॉपी छीन ली, किसी की बुक छीन ली, किसी का पेन छीन लिया, किसी के ऊपर इंक डाल दी. नेक्स्ट इज, ये मैंने बता दिया था आपको, योर एंगर एंड शाउटिंग they will never be able to control, or even inflicting him with punishment will not help. तो आप साइकोलॉजिस्ट के बारे में सोचें. अब ये हमारा नेक्स्ट नहीं है. I'll stop sharing now and you can ask anything if you want to. If you want to, you have got any doubts or suggestions. Yes, Angelina ji, Tasneem ji, if you have got any doubts, otherwise you'll get the recording tomorrow morning, recording and certificates tomorrow morning. Our next webinar is fostering curiosity in your child. Why I am talking to you every time your child, your child, your child, because it is the first person whom you are concerned about. Second is your students. So shall I stop here now? All right. It will be yes. हाँ जी निवेदिता मैम.
हाँ नहीं, it's over ना?
Yes मैम.
Yes.
बोलिए आप कुछ कहना चाहते हैं तो.
नहीं नहीं.
If you want to
I
add
enjoyed your session.
मैम ये सेशन लास्ट ईयर अक्टूबर में हुआ था.
हाँ.
उसके बाद डिमांड्स ऐसी आ रही थी लोगों की. डिमांड के हिसाब से आप देखेंगे ना तो मैं आपको बताऊं कि देयर आर 32 पीपल फॉर दिस वेबिनार एंड देयर आर ओनली 2 ओवर हियर. यू कैन सी हाउ मच 30 पीपल आर सीरियस अबाउट देयर ओन चाइल्ड. ओन चाइल्ड. दूसरों की तो परवाह आप बाद में करेंगे. क्यों तस्नीम जी, मैं गलत बोला?
True.
All right, ma'am. Thank you
All
very much
right.
for your cooperation so far, and I
Thank
hope
you.
it will continue in future also.
Yes, sure,
Yes.
definitely.
माइंड सेट हो जाता है कि हाँ टीचर अब नहीं बोलने वाले कुछ भी.
हाँ जी.
मतलब ऐसे हम लोग ऐसे अगर उन्होंने कुछ लाइक कुछ बदतमीजी की, किसी को ऐसे वाटर बॉटल फेंक के मार दी, किसी को लंच बॉक्स फेंक के मार दिया,
हाँ.
तो हमने उनको ऐसे डांटा नहीं, लेकिन
हाँ.
उनको हमने कामली हैंडल कर लिया. उनको ऐसे समझा दिया कि नहीं अब ऐसे नेक्स्ट टाइम ऐसी बदतमीजी नहीं करना.
जी हाँ.
तो उन लोगों का रूटीन बन जाता है ऐसा रेगुलर.
नहीं मैडम, ऐसा है कि अगर आपने मेरी पहली कोई वर्कशॉप्स अटेंड करी होंगी ना, सो आई टोल्ड इन वन ऑफ द वेबिनार वाज माय बिहेवियर कंट्रोल इन किड्स विद कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस. बच्चों को ये बताना पड़ेगा कि पहली बार मैं आपको प्यार से समझाऊंगी, दूसरी बार भी प्यार से ही समझाऊंगी, तीसरी बार आपको ब्रेकआउट हो जाएगा, देन चौथी बार फिर लंच ऑफ हो जाएगा, पांचवी बार फिर आपका फ्री टाइम ऑफ हो जाएगा, सिक्स्थ टाइम you will be taking to the principal, and seventh time if you repeat these type of destructive behaviors, your parents will be called. और इसके लिए एक कॉन्सिक्वेंस उसमें चार्ट भी मैंने बना के दिया था, इसीलिए
Okay.
मैं कहता हूँ ये ट्रेनिंग्स आर मोर इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर यू पीपल, हाउ टू हैंडल योर
Yes.
किड्स इन द क्लास. अपने बच्चों को तो करेंगे ही करेंगे इन ट्रिक्स से, बट आप स्टूडेंट्स को कैसे कंट्रोल करेंगे? कॉर्पोरल पनिशमेंट इज स्ट्रिक्टली बैन, तब आप उसको कैसे डिसिप्लिन करेंगे? अभी आगे
बस
मैंने
यही.
आगे आगे आएंगे, मेरे बहुत वेबिनार्स आएंगे पेरेंटिंग पे भी, प्लस प्रोफेशनल टीचिंग में भी, प्रोफेशनलिज्म पे भी.
Thank you, sir.
थैंक यू मैम. आई विल गिव यू समराइज्ड consolidated list of my future seminars, and we can discuss it after you go through that list. Fine.
Okay.
Right, ma'am. Have a good.
Right.
Yes, yes.
For the breakup was the last time you saw?
Have a good supper
Yes.
and good night. Good night, ma'am.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
This is typical. This is the cop.